Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Today we're going to go over our normal schedule and talk about some of the big movers. Of course, we will go over our technical analysis as per usual on TradingView in just a second. Other than that, make sure to check out my monthly cryptocurrency buying opportunities and my 5 high return cryptocurrencies for your 2018 portfolio. You can find both of those things in my premium content. And I'll have a link to that in the description of this video. I actually released a new buying opportunity yesterday, so now would be a good time to start your subscription. And other than that, make sure to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates. Let's get started with what's going on with the general market. We can see that we're truly becoming bullish again, and that's exactly what we wanted to see, right? It looks like cryptocurrencies are picking up the pace, and that's what we were waiting for pretty much. So there are a couple big movers that are outpacing the rest. NEO is doing very well here, up 16%. And I mentioned in my video yesterday how it just broke above its downtrend line, and we're now seeing a continuation of that. So it truly is pushing higher now, back towards that $140, $145 area where we have some resistance. But I'll cover that in the technical analysis side of things. I should also mention Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really kicking back up into action, up 8% here. Litecoin is slowing down a little bit just because it's been doing pretty well compared to a lot of other cryptocurrencies. Quantum spiking a bit. Nano doing good here, up 26% over the past 24 hours. And as you can see, we're really green across the board here. VERTCOIN doing decently well also, up 11% over the past 24 hours, now back above $4, which is very good. Of course, we'll cover that in the technical analysis. But let's start that off with NANO. So NANO is looking pretty good here. We are back above that $138,000 resistance level. Of course, we do have some resistance, in just this general 140,000 Satoshi area. But we are back above 138,000 Satoshis. We're also back above our downtrend line. It looks like I should go ahead and zoom in a bit. Might be just slightly below that, but as you can see, we're trying to get back above it basically, and we are towards the end of our triangle formation. So I think with the market coming back up, we'll be able to really hold above that downtrend line now, and that's going to be pretty key. We are holding above our uptrend line, of course, and we want to make sure that continues. It is relatively steep, but I do think that can hold. And really now it's just going to be a matter of going back towards 160,000, 167,000 Satoshis, and then we'll have a pretty clear opening to get back towards 180 and then 200,000 Satoshis. I'll go ahead and put in the 180,000 resistance level, 180,000 Satoshis, and then of course 200,000 Satoshis is going to be very key there. Going to take a little bit of time to get there, but really now that the market is coming back up, I think over the next week, we can really get a move back towards that 160, 167,000 Satoshi level. And, within the next week or two, I think we can be pushing that 180,000 Satoshi level without too much problems, so long as the market continues to remain strong here as it's looking. So Bitcoin is really picking back the action here. We are now kicking back up on the RSI, got a little bounce on the MACD and histogram, and we're back above $10,000, which is great. We just want to try to get back above our red downtrend line, and I think we may have an opportunity to do that now. Bitcoin is in a symmetrical triangle formation, as you can see by these two red trend lines, right? The downtrend line and the uptrend line. And usually what happens with this type of formation is that we go towards the end of it. Now, the end of it is pretty low compared to where we are now. That's at around $7,500. With that being said, though, since the market is looking pretty good here and we have a nice little spike with Bitcoin, I think that we may be able to break out of the downtrend line a little bit earlier than expected, and that could really happen within the next day or two. Now, if that does happen, it'll be a very good sign, and then it'll just be a matter of holding above $10,000 and experiencing this slow but steady climb back to $12,788, which probably won't be that slow. And at that point, we're pretty much ready to move back towards the previous highs. There's a little bit of resistance as well midway through that at around $11,144. So I'd say just be aware of that. But really, I think within the next day or two, there's a chance that we see a break above our red downtrend line, and that is really what we've been waiting on to kind of confirm a really strong bullish signal. So hopefully that does end up happening. I think we have a very good chance of doing so. And what further confirms that is the fact that we, of course, we broke out of our short-term downtrend line over here, right? The pink line over here. More importantly, we are holding above our middle band that is uptrending. Bollinger Band's also uptrending as well. So we do have these factors that are carrying the price higher. And, as long as we stay above this middle band, that is a very bullish sign. Let's go over to Ethereum now and see what Ethereum has been up to. So Ethereum is still in its symmetrical triangle formation, a little bit of a clear formation compared to Bitcoin. And as you can see, we're moving a little bit towards the upside of this formation. Still could see some consolidation based on the technicals here towards the end of the formation, at which point we'll either break towards the upside or downside. Since the market is looking a bit better now, good chance that we break towards the upside, of course. And we made our way back above the middle band, which is very good. What would be the more bullish scenario here for Ethereum specifically is that it actually moves really towards the upper area of this formation, and we actually get a break above the downtrend line a bit earlier than expected. We do want to see a break above that $917 resistance level as well, and as soon as we get both those things, we should be ready to start our climb higher. I will say that the Bollinger Bands are still pretty flat, so that may put a little bit of pressure on the price as far as keeping things a bit tamed and sideways. So what is possible is that we do end up breaking out of the downtrend line pretty soon. We may face some resistance at that $917 resistance level, so we could trade a little bit in this triangle right over here while remaining above the uptrend line, which is really what matters at this point. We also are about to go back to bullish territory on the MACD and histogram. Let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin now. Like I said, Litecoin has been doing very well compared to other cryptocurrencies, so that does explain the bit of pullback that we're experiencing right now. And we're dipping slightly below $218, which isn't the best sign. But with that being said, we are still holding our middle band uptrend right over here, the red line at $194 very nicely. And as long as that holds, that's what we need to see to remain relatively bullish here. Of course, we do want to try to get back into our symmetrical, our channel formation over here between these two pink trend lines, but that's proving a little bit difficult. As you can see, that's where we faced a lot of resistance, especially today, right? We got this inverse hammer candlestick. So there is a decent chance that we see a bit of a pullback towards the middle band for Litecoin, or we might just consolidate here a little bit and move a bit more horizontally as we go back towards $240. Let's take a look at Ripple now. Hopefully Ripple is getting a bit of a breakout. It's been pretty flat, so we did get a pretty volatile move, basically tested the support level and the resistance level here, so we're still consolidating. We did break out of the downtrend though on the RSI, which is actually a very good sign, short-term downtrend over here. And I should go ahead and put in our uptrend line as well. So hopefully this holds as we move higher for Ripple here. Indicators very flat right now on the MACD and histogram. We do want to see those kick back up a little bit. And as for the actual price action, really what we're waiting on here is a move above the middle band, and that would pretty much correspond to a move above $1 again. Once we get that, should be able to move back towards $1.23 pretty quickly. So that's what we have to look for as we move forward. Let's take a look at NEO. Like I said, NEO is actually one of the bigger movers here today, and as you can see, massive green candlestick after breaking out of the downtrend line. Absolutely amazing move. That's exactly what we wanted to see. As we know, NEO has been one of the stronger cryptocurrencies out there, and it's proving that once again, likely to continue in that path. Got a nice little U-shaped bounce on the RSI. We'll now back to uptrending basically, and MACD and histogram back into bullish territory, so that's very good. Now, of course, what we're kind of struggling with is that $140 area, $145 is where we have a lot of resistance. The couple good indicators, though, is that we do have the the middle band that's starting to turn back up. Bollinger Band's expanding slightly towards the upside. So hopefully over the next couple days, we're going to see the price push higher and really get through these resistance levels. It's not going to be easy, but definitely doable here for NEO. And once we're back above $146, we're pretty much back to where we were previously. $167 at that point is the last resistance before getting back to the previous all-time highs. Let's take a look now at Stellar, and we're going to go over what Stellar has been doing. Unfortunately, Stellar acting a bit weak here, which is a bit surprising since, the rest of the market is bouncing right now. So indicators all back to downtrending, no real bullish crossovers, which is something that we have been waiting on and that we will continue to look for. But now we got some bearish price action, which is not the best sign, especially considering the fact that the rest of the market is bouncing. So at this point, we're back into our downtrend. Doesn't look like we're going to get back above our uptrend line anytime soon. And we really want to make sure, no matter what happens, that we don't break below 3,400 Satoshis. Because if that does happen, there will be an opportunity for a bounce at around 3,000 Satoshis. But if we fail that, we could be moving much lower, closer to 2,000 Satoshis. So I'm not going to make that call just yet since we didn't break below 3,400 Satoshis. But definitely looking kind of weak here, actually, which is not great considering that we're becoming a bit more bullish again. Let's go ahead and take a look at VERTCOIN. Now, VERTCOIN, it's been having its ups and downs, but overall we are looking much better than before. And it's actually fully in its recovery process, which some cryptocurrencies are not yet in that. Stellar, for example. But here we are fully back to uptrending for VERTCOIN. That's yet again confirmed by our bounce off the uptrend line, and we're back above the middle band as well, which is moving towards the upside. Nice room on the Bollinger Bands to move a bit higher here, closer to $5, and we are still above the, still in positive area on the MACD and histogram. We're about to go back above our uptrend line on the RSI. That'll be yet another bullish signal if that happens, and we broke out of our short-term downtrend line over here. So at this point, I think we have a very good chance of seeing VERTCOIN start to push higher, closer to $5. And this time around, I think we'll be able to break above it if we do reach that level, as we have tested it a couple times. And then it's onward towards $6 and $7. So VERTCOIN looking pretty good here. Let's take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be LISC, and see if LISC is also getting a bit of a boost here, because it's kind of like NANO in the sense that it has been pretty strong. It did get quite a bit of weakness, though, on this recent pullback. Now starting to bounce back a bit, which is good. We're back above $20. I now want to see the climb back to $25. And we're starting to see the MACD hook back a little bit. Want to make sure that really comes back towards the orange line. Do want to get more of a bounce, though, on the histogram and RSI. Hopefully that'll happen over the next couple of days as we move higher. But I think things are looking good for basically, a climb back towards $25, maybe even the downtrend line. We'll see if we're going to be moving towards the end of our formation, since we are pretty low right now. We're not even, where the end of the formation is, which is at $23. So I think we should be moving towards the upside here for LISC. And, really very wide range here is what I'm trying to say. We can see that the upper Bollinger Band is all the way here at $33. Now, the good thing with that is there's a lot of room to move higher. And that's basically what it comes down to. Getting back above $25 will be very key at this point, because that's where the middle band is as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano, see what Cardano has been up to. It looks like Cardano got a pretty strong pullback, flattening out a bit on the RSI and histogram, pulling back a little bit on the RSI. We're still okay as long as we hold above 3,000 Satoshis. We definitely don't want to drop below that, though. And I think over the next couple of days we should consolidate a bit, and then hopefully we can break out of the red downtrend line, which will be a bullish signal there. Now, with that being said, everyone, this is the end of my daily crypto update. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my premium content, and make sure to follow me on Twitter. There'll be a link to both those things in the comments and the description below this video. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.